Hi guys, I'm Shmi. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Will you join me today for this? We're here at the Quail 2023, the 20th anniversary year during Monterey Car Week, and we're about to see the covers pulled back from the new Lamborghini Lanzador. We're going to be going through this improved ground clearance sports GT in a lot of detail today. Lamborghini have promised that they will be introducing a new fully electric sports car. Well, this is a glimpse as to what that might look like. It's here on the stand alongside the new Lamborghini Revuelto, and also we have the Stile and Urus Super-SUV, but in a few minutes that cover is going to be pulled back and we can take a first look. Under this cover then, center stage, is the car that we have come to see. Of course, we know it's a fully electric powertrain in a Lamborghini. More on that in a moment. It is clearly raised up when compared even to the Stile, which already has some big influence from the Urus, that being the Urus Super-SUV, plus of course Revuelto, the new V12 hybrid, super verging on hypercar from Lamborghini. But these covers will be popped back in just a moment and we can take a full look at the new Lanzador.
Buongiorno, signore e signori, and welcome to Lamborghini. But we're already planning the next step. We're looking forward into the year 2028, and today I'm going to show you what this car could look like.
Here we go then. Check that out, the new Lamborghini Lanzador. Look at this, the fourth model for the Lamborghini lineup. This is a vision of what it could look like. Up on the stage then, and it's been very busy, but here it is, the Lamborghini Lanzador. This is a concept for a car to enter production in 2028. So we're talking 5 years away, but the idea being a 1 megawatt, that means 1,360 horsepower or more, fully electric sports 2+2, linking back to where Lamborghini began with the 350 GT, which was a 2+2 back in the 1960s. Of course, this year being Lamborghini's 60th anniversary year. Distinctly Lamborghini though, as you can see, the familiar shapes, the Y-shaped lights, the hexagons, triangular lines, edgy shapes, the wheel arches, for example, as well. In some ways it reminds me of the introduction of the Lamborghini Asterion LPI 800 that we saw a few years ago out here in California as well. But let me try and get a look around this. It has started to quieten down just a notch, so we can take a better look at the new car, including of course the rear, and talk more about what exactly this is and what it means. You know, where are Lamborghini going? Of course, they've announced the big plans for the future, heading towards electrification, this being the idea of the fourth model in the lineup, in addition to the V12, the Huracan, which will have a successor in the near future, and the Urus, the idea of the first fully electric Lamborghini, talking obviously about 2028, so quite a fair distance down the line. We've got about 5 years before that would arrive and become a production car, but maybe that's what we're really being hinted at with this. And the design is very Lamborghini. The style, the hexagonal tail lights, all of the edgy angles. There's been a lot of work with aerodynamics, and this is actually really quite interesting. So you see here, we have Aerodynamica Lamborghini Attiva, something we saw with the Aventador SVJ, something that's been introduced with a number of different Lamborghini models, but focusing very highly on the aerodynamics, which they say for an electric vehicle is even more important to reduce the drag at higher speeds, to help with keeping the car slippery through the air, to ultimately lower the drag coefficient. So you see these blades at the side. The idea is these can actually extend out towards the back to give it an even more streamlined airflow managed around the side of the car. Similarly at the front, and we'll go to that in a moment, there are lots of interviews and things taking place. Obviously this is a very sloped coupe-like sports SUV, if you will. The 2+2 configuration, as I said, like the early Lamborghini models, that was the general style and setup that they went for at the time, but mixed with the modern design. You know, these edgy wheel arches as we talked about, but not only just that, presented in carbon fiber with the air curtains and the air management that runs around them. We've got some gigantic wheels, 23-inch wheels down here. Of course, given the electric powertrain, we also have regeneration, but you have the hexagonal shapes and then these additional blades, which are all to do with the cooling. So these shapes that you have added these inserts to help again with the cooling and the airflow, exactly as you have around towards the side of the car as well. Now the shape, these narrow window lines, this length to the bodywork obviously enhances that sporty presence, gives the car even more of a look. Lots of glass panels up on the top, so a very airy feeling inside the cabin, and I think we'll be able to see inside in just a moment to go through that as well. Full carbon fiber roof for the surround areas, and the idea that this will have over 1 megawatt of power. Now 1 megawatt, a mega car, is literally a absolute number, over 1,360 horsepower. It is a new category of car that doesn't really leave any open to imagination variation. It's not like a sports car, supercar, hypercar that has, let's say, different meanings to different people. A mega car literally would boast over 1 megawatt of power. Obviously the idea is further down the line. Battery technology has moved forwards. Something very loud is running out over there, but this is a taster of this kind of future electrification of Lamborghinis. Let's head towards the front. Beyond the design, which is instantly recognizable around here as a Lamborghini, the hexagonal shapes, the triangular shapes, the edgy angular lines, I want to talk about the aerodynamics, and in particular, this front splitter. Now, this actually can lower down, serving multiple purposes. Number one, helping with downforce, keeping the car planted. Number two, by lowering down, it opens up access for airflow through to the brake duct cooling. So on requirement, the splitter can be lowered in line with what's happening at the back of the car as well. Now, beyond that, come and take a look around here. We've got air curtains and air channels managed all around the car. In fact, you can literally see directly through this headlight cutaway area that you have here. Even here though, look at the different shapes, look at the lines, look at the way it's been crafted together by the team at Lamborghini's Centro Stile design department. The front, of course, is instantly Lamborghini. In some ways it feels like a slightly lowered Urus or a raised Aventador Revuelto, whichever way you would like to look at it. But bringing together the different Lamborghini models as we start to have more and more cars making noise. It's crazy here at the Quail, but pulling it all together, a couple of unusual things, given that this is a concept car, of course, the way it's presented with this clear finish around the front. We've got these blades that pop in exactly as we see actually on other Lamborghini models, like the Revuelto, the Huracan Technica, different models across the range. Even up towards the top, the carbon fiber ducts for the airflow, the extraction of air out over the top of the car. This particular example obviously presented in this metallic blue. I quite like how it looks, it's very smart. It's giving a different philosophy to a Lamborghini, not launching it in a bright orange, green or yellow or something like that, but taking a very different approach to what the model will be, how they envision customers using it, how they envision it fitting into the lineup down the line. With the front storage area currently opened, we can have a quick look at this. Of course, without an internal combustion engine up front, plenty of space above the electric motors, and I want to point out that even this cargo storage space is hexagonal in its shape. We've got some fitted luggage cases, the suits, other pieces tucked in here as well, and look at these finishing details, the ball type shapes on the carbon fiber there of the trays that you have beneath the front bonnet, the whole front clam opening up, including those areas out from the front of the headlights, that extra skin, if you will, that's opened. But we are in the proximity of Mitja from Centro Stile, and I'm going to see if I can grab some words to talk a bit more about this. Hi Mitja, how are you?
Hi how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in Lamborghini.
You too. Congratulations on your latest release.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wonderful to see it in the public, to get people's feedback, to see the car. I mean, I think we should rewind. Can you tell me a little bit about the backstory, the inspiration, the idea?
Absolutely, absolutely. In the shortest way, because there's a lot of sunshine, yes. Right? Okay, so we are here, as you see, we are here at the motorsport gathering of the Quail Lodge, and we're really excited because, this is our baby of Centro Stile, is our most sophisticated concept car that we have done since I'm in Lamborghini. And it's a full, let's say, full functional show car with all the interior, and we can open the doors and so on. So first of all, it's a Lamborghini because it's designed with our silhouette line that everyone recognizes as Lamborghini. We have nice shoulders, we have the inclinated window. But I wanted to have a car that is having unusual proportions, because we found out this car is even creating a new species. It's creating a new segment. I took the super sports car volume. Let's take the Revuelto over there, and we put it in a higher position. So I'm creating a car that is slim, sleek, powerful, but in a pilot position, because while we are designing this, we have also worked on the Sterato, and the Sterato is also working like this. It's a pilot position, higher position. We found it really cool and unique. So, but then I have a lot of little inspiration from our super sports cars. For example, I have the DLO here of the Diablo, Murcielago. I have this Y shape here.
I love that.
Yeah?
The powerful lines.
Check it out with the Sessolamento. There's you know, some hints. This one for me is a bit recalling the Miura. Yeah. But you can also recognize here is an aero channel. The aero channel, we did it also in the Sian. And like this, I can have a perfect airstream towards this air intake here because we have a blown diffuser. There's also a lot of aerodynamic in the car.
So I think it's safe to say there's a lot of Lamborghini DNA in this.
There's 101%, of course. Yeah.
It's a new segment, a new category, a new ethos, a new style of vehicle, but bringing the Lamborghini touch to that type of car.
Yeah, we are here convinced. I mean, especially in the design, you can feel that we could have a perfect extension of our product portfolio because we have our super sports cars, we have the super SUV, and the Lanzador is, you know, in terms of positioning, it's 150 high, it's under 5 meter long. It's the perfect car also for me. It's a 2+2. It's a 2+ lifestyle. You know, let me quickly open the door for you. So we have an unexpected space in the interior. You can see it's a 2+2, but 2+ lifestyle because also the rear bench, we can flip it down and you see there the soft surfboard. So you can, you know, it's really a super versatile Lamborghini for a new sort of customer. Yeah. You know, for a nice couple that is active or you go shopping. You know, it's a very modern approach. You know,
this is actually a fascinating interior. The controls, the steering wheel controls, bringing everything, I guess, to the driver.
Yes, we have the philosophy in general, I call it feel like a pilot. Feel like a pilot means you have the lowest seat position, you have a lightweight dashboard, and we have an iconic element, the Y shape, as you can see in the bridge. Then the next step is we have a new HMI that we call the pilot interaction. So there's a lot of pilot, as you can hear. So, you know, we have the same philosophy like in the Revuelto with all the switches here in the steering wheel. Because in the future we want to have all these hard keys, the power button here where you select launch control and you know, the driving mode. This will always be in the same position in Lamborghini. Even like in the Revuelto, we have the 6 o'clock position on the power meter. So we have a consistent design theme, a family feeling through all the model lines. And then, last but not least, we have a fully sustainable interior. And you know, I gave the task to the team. I want to have a cool interior because sustainability means also colors. Okay, here for this car we have selected a kind of jet fighter gray merino wool. So it's a very luxurious material. We have an organic tanned leather. And you know, an idea that I really like is this 3D printed pattern, because my dream is to substitute this plastic foam that we have in all the seats everywhere on the planet with biodegradable material. And this is, you know, for me, the way to think sustainability. But in the end of the day, for me, Lamborghini is the most sustainable car because it's the car that for sure everyone is collecting and will never get thrown away.
Yes, so. Absolutely. If we head back round towards the front of the car, I noticed there's a lot by way of aerodynamics. Of course.
Let me show you this.
Okay.
Yeah, this is here your charging.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, it's a charging position. And we have also here the camera mirror. This is projecting to the interior.
That's quite clever. Neatly integrated in a very beautiful way.
Exactly.
But also acting as an aerodynamic piece.
Exactly, because it's chopping off. I mean, we have, as you can see, small details. We have those louvres, and they are getting out the hot air when you drive fast. But then also here, there's a tunnel towards the tire, so this is sucking out this hot air. Aerodynamic is a very important topic, because you can see here, we have this S-duct. We have those blades, they are actually movable, also here in the concept car. We have the front end. I wanted to pick up the people with a graphic, with a nose that looks like a Lamborghini.
Yes, I noticed this shape with the...
Exactly, we have the typical blades and the typical peak and the typical shark nose. But we have integrated here what I call the pilot glass. So we took the inspiration from computers or from cooling systems on computers to make it look a bit more digital. And in the end of the day, this is movable blade. And this is here representing the future of ADAS system, also all the radars, the distance control and so on in the future. And now here with the sun you don't see it, but we have here illumination. So when the car, it's like welcoming you by a heartbeat. But then also when you charge it, you see it's green or red,
right,
if it is full or not. Yeah? So, and then last but not least, this splitter here is also moving down, moving up, depending on the driving mode. But altogether, it's guiding into a super sexy car. I want to drive it, and it's approaching a new type of customer.
Yeah.
So like this, being here today on our stand, we have the best product portfolio ever, and the Lanzador is giving you a perfect inspiration what could be the desire of the future for you as a Lamborghini customer.
It's very exciting. Thank you ever so much for your time.
Thank you,
for showing me around.
See you everyone in Lamborghini. Thank you.
After that fantastic introduction with Mitja, we have to talk about the other cars here, including Revuelto. Now, I took a look previously, ahead of the market introduction, at the long-awaited successor to the Aventador when I was visiting at Sant'Agata Bolognese, but this is a huge, huge leap forward. And when you see the car, especially the way it's presented here, you can really take in some of these details. In fact, just to poke inside, as Mitja was saying, this pilot-style approach, having the controls on the steering wheel, a big, big change in terms of practicality inside here as well. Passenger display over there, the storage cubbies that you have in the compartments, all housed around the carbon fiber monocoque, which includes the carbon fiber crash structure. In terms of powertrain, the 6.5 litre NA V12, which is now left exposed back here, mid-position of course, combines with 3 electric motors to offer 1,015 horsepower in total. So obviously immense performance, 4-wheel drive, now with a dual clutch gearbox, but we're seeing all of these hexagonal shapes, these triangular shapes, Y shapes throughout the design language, that DNA that Mitja was mentioning, that means whether it's an ultimate supercar verging on hypercar, whether it's a practical, usable GT type car, whatever it might be, they all carry that same philosophy through from one to the other. Now, if we squeeze through over here, we have the Huracan Stile, one of 499, taking the Huracan platform, the hugely popular V10 engine, the 5.2 litre NA V10, making it off-road. A little bit crazy, wild things, already really cool to see what people are getting up to with those, before obviously the Urus Performante at the end of the line, the Urus Performante and the Urus S now in the lineup as well, the update, if you will, the facelift to the Urus model line. Of course, this with graphic exhaust, the big wheels that are fitted as well, and the, again, Lamborghini design DNA and carbon fiber bonnet hood area as well, left exposed, making a pretty complete family. 4 different cars, 4 very different experiences. Of course, the successor to the Huracan will come in the not too distant future, and in fact, hybrid electrified versions of all of the different models will be here. The Huracan successor, the Urus, and of course we already have the Revuelto. That pretty much brings us to an end though of a first look here at the Quail with the brand new Lamborghini Lanzador, to go through all of the different aero, the elements, the idea behind the car, what it represents, where it sits in the product portfolio, and to find out all about it. A big thanks to Mitja for his time to show us through the car, head of the Centro Stile design department of Lamborghini in Sant'Agata Bolognese. For now though, that is all. Thank you to you guys for your support as always. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at the brand new Bull, launched here at the Quail, Monterey Car Week 2023. That's it for now though. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.